Hey awesome people, it's Rob here, and I've started this YouTube channel just to simply help coaches and consultants attract more dream clients for their business and to ultimately grow the coaching and consulting business. I've worked with over 100 clients privately in order to get them incredible results, and by sharing this publicly, hopefully this helps you with your coaching or consulting business. A little bit about my story was that I was involved in digital marketing for many years, and then I went into the most logical progression, which was that I became a pastor. And I was a pastor for 7 years and absolutely loved serving people in that way. But then when I came back into the digital marketing and online marketing world, it enabled me to see things with such fresh and new eyes in order to get results for clients in this space. And so by sharing these things today, hopefully it will help you have a number of different mind shifts that would help in order to be able to attract more dream clients. As you know, as you're watching this, that we are in a huge trust deficit when it comes to online marketing. People are more skeptical than ever before. Heck, you might be skeptical watching this video right now. We're jaded by ads, we're jaded by hooks and overused ad creatives and all the latest, ad manager setups and all the strategies. But the truth of the matter is that in a trust deficit economy, it almost causes coaches and consultants to be in a survival mode mentality. Now, you love your clients, so you're head down invested in serving and fulfillment and the delivery of your service. And as you're serving them, unless you have a very clear messaging and sales attraction funnel, what happens is that once you've finished or get towards the end of your program with a client, you look up and you realize, man, I've had my head down servicing with clients. Look up and I realize, oh my gosh, I've got more month than clients, and think, man, I just got to find clients as soon as possible. If you've ever had the thought to yourself, where is my next client coming from? Hopefully this will help you here today. In a trust deficit economy, what happens is a lot of us compete with guarantees. Now, guarantees are great. You might have a guarantee, you might be thinking about a guarantee, but the problem is it becomes this outdoing, never-ending cycle of guarantees, to which they become even more outlandish and even more overused, to the point where a lot of coaches and consultants just become more vanilla and more beige because everyone's almost saying the same guarantee. Now, the problem with this is that with guarantees and a survival mode mentality is that you go straight for volume. So can I get as much views as possible for my videos? Can I get as much reach as possible? Can I reach absolutely as many people as I can with my message? The problem is that not everyone's the right fit. You might be on sales calls and you realize this is an unqualified prospect, but because you're in survival mode, you then bring them into your program, which, man, an unqualified prospect is not only not good for them, it's also not good for you. It doesn't feel aligned and it's harder to get them results when they're unqualified. Now, if we were to take a step back for a moment and we actually looked at all the complexity of marketing funnels and way of attracting clients, the problem is a lot of coaches and consultants are distracted by too many shiny objects to actually come back to the raw intention that when they dial it in correctly, it will make business flow, you become more aligned with your business, and then ultimately your business grows. So the first question I want to ask you right now is quite simply this: is your current offer aligned with who you are? If you were to sit for 30 minutes with yourself, would you be happy with the person you're becoming? But not only that, are you excited to wake up every day and to deliver on your offer? If your offer is aligned with who you are, you become the reality where, as you may have heard this before, that people don't just buy coaching, they buy coaches. And when someone feels like someone is most authentically themselves, they feel like, man, I want that person to be my coach. So when you live from a place of alignment and authenticity in your offer, it already helps you attract dream clients. As I mentioned, people don't just buy coaching, they buy coaches. Now, the next thing I want to do to unravel the complexity is just one simple thought I want you to ponder on. Marketing is just simply telling the right people that you can help them. It's not telling the world, it's not a megaphone, it's not trying to get all the views and all the likes, it's just telling the right people. And in order to do that, you need to go a level deeper. Now, rather than trying to think of creatives and strategies and the execution of what you're trying to do, go all the way to the beginning and think of the psychology. You got to think with your client, how can you enter the conversation that's already happening in their mind? Now, when you can do that and you understand, their biggest fears, their biggest aspirations, the ways that you can most deeply serve them, it changes everything. Because you're not only just thinking, where most people in the market are thinking, where they're like, I just need to get someone between, 30 and 40 years of age, and, they live in the Sydney CBD area of Australia with a 20-kilometer radius. But instead, you're going a level deeper because now you're becoming to values. Now, when marketing is telling the right people that you can help them, you're no longer competing on price, you're no longer competing on terms, because you become a niche of one. Because you're authentically you in your values, feeling aligned to your offer, and then also aligned to your potential new clients, your prospects. So when we actually look at this, it's crazy because authenticity then becomes the marketing strategy. And beyond that, I can tell you that authenticity using empirical data actually costs you less cost per acquisition of a client. So how this would work, as I mentioned earlier, is that if you're dialing in volume right now and your messaging and your copywriting is, a scattergun approach, a megaphone approach, as opposed to being specific for your target dream customer, what happens is you have all this volume of unqualified prospects coming in. And because of that, you're going through all these qualification questions, whether in DMs or even on sales calls. And then you're going through fulfillment and the amount of time it takes extra for an unqualified client as opposed to a normal client. It just changes everything. It costs more time and it costs you more money. When you're able to dial in your messaging to be specific to your ideal customer, entering in the conversation that's already happening in their head and playing the game with your values, it changes everything. Because not only for the business, but you feel better as a business owner because you're more aligned with not only who you are, but what you're doing as well. So I hope this helps you today in your approach to marketing to take a step back, take a moment and think, how am I actually telling the right people that you can help them? I'll see you in the next video.